In this video, we're going to look at the Mathematics Glossary, Table 1, which is in our book and also in our notes. And what we have here, if I zoom out for just a second, are 12 different types of word problems. Okay. And what you're probably thinking is, oh my gosh, do I have to memorize this? No, you don't. What we really want to do is, as teachers, you want to think about how can I group and practice the same type of problem over and over again? And how can I show students what it is that they're looking for? Okay, so if you will remember, in our last video, we were doing a chick problem, right? And I even had the number bond that looked like this. I had 8 total chicks. I had 8 total chickens, 3 full-grown chickens, and I want to know what number I have. If we write this as an equation or a number sentence, we'd have 3 plus what gets me to 8, right? That's one way that you could think about it. You could also think about this as 8 minus 3 equals what? Does that make sense so far? That those are the two equations that would basically model what's going on? Okay, well, let's say that this is what you wrote on your paper. 3 plus question mark equals 8. And I ask you, based on this, to identify what type of word problem that we have. Well, notice that we have adding. And notice that we have the answer. We have a beginning, but we're missing a middle. So if I come up here, I'll see add 2. So I have my adding line. So which one matches ours? This is saying I've got my 2 numbers. I need the result. Nope, that's not us. I have the first, I have the last, I'm missing the in-between. Aha, that one looks like it. Or I'm missing the first, I'm adding a number and equals. Well, the way that I have mine set up, I think if we do a little match game, this guy is gonna be this guy. So this would be an example of add to change unknown. So add 2 is my row, change unknown is my column. So that's the type of problem that is being modeled by this. Okay. However, there's actually 2 answers to this problem, because if we had this as our equation or number sentence that I was looking at, so let me go ahead and box up this guy. Okay. So I'm going to look over here to see, well, what kind of word problem is this modeling? So notice I have my 2 numbers with subtraction, and I'm looking for a final answer over here. So if I go over here, take from is subtract. Okay, so my 2 numbers equal, I think that's our guy, right? So if I keep looking, I get 5 minus question mark equals 3. Question mark minus 2 equals 3. The 2 numbers equals a question mark. 2 numbers equals a question mark. That's us right there. So this is an example of take from result unknown. So I would write take from result unknown. Okay. So before you panic too much, the main thing you want to do is write your number sentence that is modeling your problem, and based on your number sentence, you're going to be able to figure out which group it is. So if I wrote this number sentence, this is my answer. If I wrote this number sentence, then this one is my answer. Okay. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's some confusing stuff in the second half down here. Okay, so here we have put together, take apart. So the idea being that we have 2 groups of things that I am putting together or taking apart. So you can see here that they're talking about red apples and 2 green apples in all of these descriptions. So technically, if you think about it, if we want to think of this as our 2 groups of chicks and chickens, does that make sense so far? This word problem we've been playing with is chicks and chickens, which are 2 similar yet different things, just like red apples and green apples are similar but different things. Then technically, we could also say that this is a put together, take apart, and you'll see that it is this guy right here. Okay, so we could also have put together take apart. And then that column that it's matching is the addend unknown. Okay. It's almost as if I can hear you guys going, oh my God, Jen, you're crazy. How, if there are 3 different answers, then how do I know which one it is? Well, here's the beauty of it. You can sell any of these 3 answers. Okay. So the reason why the book has this page is the idea is, as an instructor, you want to kind of focus on repetitive practice. So if I'm going to keep working on add to, change unknown, then I'm going to have a bunch of problems over and over again to practice a skill. If I'm going to have take from, result unknown, I'm going to have a bunch of problems. If I am moving up in the world and I'm looking at 2 different things, chicks versus chickens, I want to make sure students know that I'm looking at, 2 different groups. So don't panic. You shouldn't worry about selling this to me. All you have to do to sell it to me is to write the appropriate equation and match it to whichever group. It's sold. But I just want to make sure you understand that you want to make sure you can group and understand that certain word problems go together. Okay, that there are types of word problems that you want to be repetitively practicing with your students. All right, don't panic. You don't have to memorize this. Just practice it. It's not going to be that gigantic of a part of this course. It's just a small little blip in our homework. Good luck.